So the LL Bean boot is really one of the most iconic boots of all time, but there comes a question of when something turns from like this workwear focused thing to an iconic piece of just clothing in general, is it still functional? Did LL Bean cut a lot of corners so that way they could sell you this boot cheaper, make it more available, whatever? Short answer, no. If you don't want to watch the rest of this video, no, it's a great boot. You should definitely get it. I love the Bean boots. This boot was crafted by LL Bean himself, and it started LL Bean as a company really because it was made to be the perfect boot that you could walk in shallow water. You have leather to protect up above your ankles, and obviously your ankles too. There's not a weird gap there, but it got absorbed into this preppy lifestyle of pumpkin spice lattes and vest with button shirts under it and stuff like that. And that is not my style. I don't think it's a bad style. It's just really not my style. But it took a weird turn from these are boots that I'm gonna go kick around in to these are boots that I really want to have them look new all the time. I don't want to have them muddy. And that's not true for everybody, but for a lot of people, it is true. It's pretty weird. Anyways, the specific boots that I got are the 8-inch tumbled leather LL Bean boots, and they're basically the most generic type of LL Bean boot you can get. I think the ultimate most generic is if the leather was smooth, and if you like smooth, go ahead. I think the textured leather has a lot more character and depth, and I really like it like that. And we'll get into why more specifically towards the end of this video, but I like it better. Right off the bat though, there is a ton of configurations for bean boots, so I just want to go over those really quick, super fast, I promise. There's basically the 8-inch is kind of the standard height. If you want more protection higher up your leg, obviously get a higher boot. I don't recommend really going lower because I don't know, I just feel like it starts to kind of mess with the proportions of the boot in general, but size matters, but pick what you think you can. Besides length though, there is some very important things that you need to think about. First thing you should always think about when getting an LL Bean boot is, what do I want to use these for? Do you want them to be specifically winter boots? Do you want them to be boots that you landscape in? My girlfriend landscapes in her bean boots. Not the choice I would have made. She also won't let me buy her boots that are more equipped for landscaping, but you know, whatever. But really nail down what you want these boots for, especially if you plan on using them for a long time. I decided that I just want these boots to be super versatile. I want to be able to wear them in the spring, in the fall, in the winter, you know, if it's raining, if it's snowing, if it's cold, so on and so forth. And for that reason, I went with the plain Jane of LL Bean boots, and that is just unlined, nothing there fancy. That way, if it's cold, I can do some thick socks. They have a shearling foot sole that you can do if you want to wear unlined boots in the winter, so that way your feet aren't cold when it's just rubber on snow, which is great. If I want to wear them when it's kind of warm outside, but it is raining, I can just get regular socks and wear those and be fine. And boom, that way I can wear them for 3 seasons really instead of 1. At least in New England, I don't know temperatures in other places, so figure that out for yourself. If you want to go and wear these boots strictly in the winter, you can get the shearling ones that are going to keep your feet a lot warmer than the unlined ones. Shearling, by the way, is just extremely warm. I'm going to do a review on a shearling line jacket I have. Definitely subscribe if you want to check that out. Also, toss me a like if you like this video, and also follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers. I have 892, most of them my friends, and I just feel like 1,000 would be cool. And you could also DM me. There's no losing, okay? Follow me on your telephone. Anyways, a shearling line boot is really warm. You're not gonna really be able to get away with that in other seasons because you're gonna be sweating. Your feet are gonna smell. One time, I remember it was like 7th grade, this girl was wearing Uggs, and I was like, can I try your Uggs on? I've never seen those before. And she was like, sure. And it was pretty warm outside, and I remember she took her boots off, and I had a little crush on her, and I put my foot in her boot, and it was very like warm and musty, and I remember I put my foot in and I was like, and I just pulled my foot out, and for some reason, the second my foot went into the boot, I was like, dog, musty dog. And then I didn't like Sonya anymore. In that same vein, you can also get Thinsulate, which is a polyester filling instead of shearling and not down. That'll keep your feet really warm too. One that is really cool that if I wanted to spend a little bit more money, I probably would have gotten this option, and that's a gore-tex lined boot. I like waxing leather and keeping it waterproof, but leather isn't 100% waterproof if you don't upkeep it. Gore-tex really will be. It'll get clogged after a while and it won't be able to breathe as easy, but it's gonna be waterproof really for its entire life. And that's that. There's a ton of different versions. The other one you might want to check out is a waxed canvas upper. That could be, I don't know if it's 100% vegan, but if you don't want to have leather or animal product on your boots, then you can get waxed canvas. It also looks cool too. Anyway, these boots are great. I think they're the only LL Bean products still made in the United States. They're made in Maine, which is where LL Bean started, so that's really cool. Made in USA boots. LL Bean doesn't have their lifetime guarantee anymore, so you can't send your boots in and get another pair of boots back, but they do have a year-long warranty, and you can get these boots resoled. And it's a little different than a normal resoling. They basically just cut the bottom, the rubber off, and they put new rubber on. So you're basically getting a new bottom part of the boot. And what's really great about that is I hate products that have a really high quality or nice leather on them and you can't get them resold. Because I think the whole point of leather is to have something that's really tough and can live with you and watch it patina and age over time. And having boots that just wear out with a nice leather upper and you'd be like, oh well, gotta get new ones. I think that's the dumbest thing. Slice that thing off and snap another one on and there I go. Something to note too, LL Bean has changed a lot since when they were first formed, but they're still really a solid company. And the Bean Boot is their flagship product, so they take really, really good attention to detail. It comes with a name tag of who made your boot. Most of the boot is triple stitched. It's really tough. I always think the seam between the rubber and the leather looks kind of weird, but whatever, it's still good. The bottom of these boots is rubber, like I said, so you can stand in water up to the tip of that rubber and water will just never come in. The leather will obviously soak through after a while if you don't upkeep it and wax it. Otherwise, you're good to go. It's basically like Blundstones or any other waterproof leather boot. It's only waterproof if you keep it up. Now, okay, I basically summed the review up in the beginning. It's a great boot. It does great in the water, it does great in the cold. You really can't go wrong with an LL Bean boot from a utilitarian perspective. Now the thing though is this boot, like I said, has been taken into a different faction of fashion. Oftentimes if I say bean boot, you'll picture something like this or like pumpkin spice latte. Really, they're almost like made fun of, like memed in the boot community. They are a staple of prep fashion. I believe it's in like the prep fashion handbook that these are some essential footwear. And that is not my style at all. I like workwear-y stuff, tech wear, sometimes stuff like that. Not really into prep at all, but I mean, it works for me. If it keeps LL Bean going as strong as it is and they keep making these amazing boots, great. The Bean Boot is a statement piece immediately though. I mean, the rubber bottom with the leather upper, it's like you can't miss it. You know that's a Bean Boot and it has all that prep stuff behind it, but I think if you wear it with different things, you can kind of bend it to your style. These jeans that I'm wearing, especially in the video, the leg opening I believe is 6.5, which is a pretty thin leg opening. These are some pretty slim jeans. I would recommend if you want to have this be a more work-weary style of boot, you should get a 7-inch leg opening, a 7.5-inch leg opening, and pull it down over the boot, because having your jeans down over your boots, it's a little bit of an older style. I always used to cuff my jeans. Now I kind of like them over my boots a little bit more. And I think it really calms these boots down in terms of them being a loud fashion statement-y piece. I think the nice thing about having boots like these that are so ingrained in a preppy style is that if you wear them with something else that is a complete outfit, it really, really makes them stand out. These boots and a lot of stuff looks better as you wear it. At least to me, and I think a lot of people, a lot of the community thinks that as well. As things like denim and leather get older and they get age and patina on them, they start to become this more worn-in look and this more natural look. All of my stuff right now, I recently got into workwear. It's all crispy, brand new. This is a Type 2 sugarcane jacket that is like basically super crispy. There's no fading or anything on it, and I'm wearing it every day because I want it to look faded and worn, just because that's kind of the look I'm going for. I think right now, with my black jeans that have no fades, my jacket that has no fades, it kind of formalizes the Bean Boots, which are also brand new because I bought them last year on sale. And it all takes on a different personification or a style choice than what this outfit, this exact same outfit, with this exact jacket, these jeans, and those boots will look like in 10 years when I'm wearing a faded blue jacket, faded black jeans, and LL Bean boots with scuffs and darkened leather and relaxed laces and all of those things. So I really think it comes down to that. If you're gonna wear stuff that's workwear and you want it to look authentic, you need to wear it in a lot, just because that's, you know, that's the whole point. That's the aesthetic. But clothes like these and boots like these and all that stuff really starts to differentiate itself when it becomes the boots that you wore every winter for 10 years, or the boots that you wear every time it rains, or this or that, or this or that, and you condition them, you take care of them. The leather will darken, get more supple, softer, all that stuff, and then it becomes kind of this whole new thing. And I really want to say that's where the hard line is between these are prep boots and these are workwear boots. Either way, they're great boots. They started an entire company, so, you know. But anyways, that is LL Bean boots. Definitely suggest you get them. If you like this video, please toss me a subscribe and a like, and follow me on Instagram. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.